Waiting to build wealth doesn't cost you a little. In fact, it costs you north of £143,000. And the crazy thing is, people don't quite realize how quickly the clock is ticking. Now, there are three moments most people are waiting for before they seriously begin thinking about building wealth. The first is when they earn more. So, once that promotion lands, once the bonus comes through, once the salary hits the number that they've been working towards, everyone says, I'll sort it then. The second is when debt is cleared. So once the car payment is done, once the credit card is gone, once the mortgage feels a little bit more manageable, everyone says, I'll sort it then. And then the third, this is the big one for a lot of people, when things settle down, when the kids are a bit older, when childcare is no longer eating into your income. They always talk about more breathing room and they'll figure it out then. And I understand all of those three things completely, but there is a mathematical problem with all of them. And I want to show you exactly what that is in this video. So picture this, two people, same salary, both starting from nothing. Person A starts at age 35, person B starts at age 40. They both have £500 a month going into the same investment at the exact same time. Fast forward to 60, person A has £143,000 more than person B. Now, this is assuming a 7% average return on their investment. Person A ends up with around about £405,000, person B with 262,000. Now, this is just with a 5 year gap. If you make that 5 year gap 10 or 15, obviously the number is larger. And this leads into the conversation about starting early and how impactful that can be to your outcomes, which is true. But for those of you who are in your 30s and 40s watching this thinking, I'm a little bit behind, there is something that is overlooked that I want to point out later on in this video. Now, I remember speaking to someone about this a couple of years ago, and at the time they had a really, really good salary, really good intentions. And the blocker for him was he wanted to make sure that he got rid of his car payments first. And fast forward to recent times, what transpired was he did pay off the car, but instead of investing, he actually upgraded the car shortly after. And this is something that I've done, everyone does, right? But it does beg the question, why do we wait? And I think it's because building wealth doesn't necessarily feel like it should be a habit, it feels like a decision. And decisions feel like they need to have the right conditions around them. I mean, just think about it. When you book a holiday, you pick the right time. When you buy a car, you wait until you can afford the one that you want. But if you apply that exact same logic to investing, it breaks everything because wealth is not an event you prepare for. It should be a behavior, a habit that compounds that we embed into our day to day lives. And the longer you treat it like it's something to start when the moment is right, frankly, the more expensive that wait becomes. Now, admittedly, most people watching this are raising families. They have school runs, childcare, family holidays, the general relentlessness of giving your kids a decent life, right? And by the time you've covered all of that on a good wage, it doesn't really feel like there is any surplus sitting around waiting to be invested. And I think that's just life in your 30s and your 40s. Here's what I keep noticing. The problem isn't necessarily that there is no money to invest, is that people aren't thinking about investing or building wealth as part of the plan. And that's a big problem because if something isn't part of the plan, if it's not on your radar, how do you give it any practical thought to execute upon? And if you're in your 30s and 40s, something else is happening simultaneously, which also has a really, really big impact on your ultimate outcomes. Most people earn significantly more at age 38 than they did at 28. That's just how careers work naturally, right? And that income growth creates a real opportunity, but only if you're intentional about it. Because there is also a glaring trap here that we all fall into. If, as your income rises, your lifestyle rises with a bigger house, better car, more expensive holiday, your pay rise effectively gets absorbed by lifestyle upgrades before you even have the chance to think about investing. And that means that your wealth doesn't grow, only your spending does. Now, let me just be honest here. I'm not saying we should live like a monk. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to say that we need to find balance and structure around our finances because the people who build real wealth in their 40s are not the ones who earned the most money necessarily. They're the ones who decided at some point, probably in their late 30s and early 40s, to be deliberate about what to do with their next pay rise and their finances as a whole. And here's what that means for you. If you're watching this right now and you're in your late 30s or your 40s, it's not too late. In fact, this is the window. Your income is at or probably near its peak. You have a pretty clear financial picture ahead of you where you have 20 to 25 years ahead of you to compound. The maths still works, but it only works if you start treating wealth building as part of the plan, not as something that you get round to when things settle down. Because let's be honest, things will not settle down. They'll probably just get more expensive and cost you more. And this is where it gets quite dangerous, actually, because the cost of waiting doesn't announce itself. Inflation doesn't pause whilst you're paying down your credit cards or other debts. The gap between what you've built so far and what you're going to need when it comes to retirement is not going to wait until the kids get older and move out. And the state pension, by the way, which is currently sitting around just above £12,500 a year, is almost certainly not going to be the kind of retirement that you want for yourself right now. So the longer you stay stuck in the same cycle with no structure around your finances, kind of maybe burying your head in the sand, the more of your own money you're going to have to throw at this later just to make up the ground. And you're not just delaying wealth, you are making it structurally harder to reach it. And that's why the income you have right now in this decade is the most powerful tool you will ever have to fix it. There are ways to fix this, and there are tools available to you. Salary sacrifice through your employer means the government effectively subsidizes your pension contributions, and the stocks and shares ISA means that your wealth can grow completely tax free. I've covered these in depth on this channel quite a few times, but knowing the tools has never really been the problem. Every person I speak to who feels behind in some way, shape, or form knows what they should be doing. The gap isn't necessarily information, the gap is having the support and the structure to, number one, get you started, but also keep you going. And I'm trying to do my part here on YouTube with videos just like this and with my community, which I've just launched, Calm Money. And if you're feeling behind right now and you just feel stuck and you need help with structure and what to do, then use the link that I'm going to pin in the comment section down below to register your interest. And I will send you a personal invite to the community. The sad thing about this is that most people are going to miss out on the best time to build wealth because they're waiting for a moment that feels more certain than now. When the debt's cleared, the kids are a little bit older, when they feel like they've got a little bit more breathing room. And the truth is, that moment might arrive and it might not feel the way you expect it to. And while you're waiting, unfortunately, the maths is not. It's either going to compound for you or against you. And it completely depends on what you decide to do next. Now, if you are watching this and you're curious around what your net worth or your wealth is currently in comparison to, say, the top 10% of wealth holders in the UK, then I'm going to leave the wealth gap calculator from last week's video. Very, very popular. A few hundred people have taken it now. I'll leave it down in the comment section down below. But if you've also enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like button. And if you are finding me for the first time, consider subscribing because it would be great to have you here. Until the next one, speak to you later. Cheers.